What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here today with the review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 6, Episode 3, titled The Marathon Continues. If that sounds familiar to you guys, yes, this was that episode. Damn, I'm gonna say, you know what, y'all? I keep looking at this beard every video that I keep doing, and I like the beard, but then I don't like the beard, so the beard is going to come off. So you guys see me tomorrow for pose. This beard should be gone because I mean I like it, but it's just not. I mean it's for me, but we're gonna have to grow this in the winter time so that way I ain't too bothered by the sweat, the itching. You guys probably don't even care about that, but yeah, this beard will be gone by tomorrow. But this episode was heavily centered around the death of Nipsey Hussle. Before I even get to the video, I'm okay with them talking about it since they are out there in Hollywood. But the thing is, with this episode of Love and Hip Hop, it just kind of felt like they were. It just didn't feel genuine. It felt disingenuous. It just didn't read like genuine for me. Now, last week's episode of Black Ink Crew Compton, the premiere episode, that felt genuine. Because even and I was happy that KP said he didn't know Nipsey Hussle like that. And I'm wondering how much of this cast knew Nipsey Hussle. But we just gonna move on and get right into the video, you guys. Alright, so since I'm talking about Nipsey Hussle, we're just gonna roll with, all the scenes that were involving him. So we first see, Apple and we see Yo-Yo. They are going to Nipsey's store and they just going there to pay their respects to Nipsey. And then, we see some of the guys reflecting on Nipsey's, influence on the community. We saw Boog talking about it. We saw Teeny Fizzle Pop talking about it. I can't remember who else we saw talking about it, but I know those two were the main two we saw. So then over at Hollywood Unlocked, we saw Jason Lee talking to Yo-Yo, April, and his I can't think of that other guy's name. Excuse me, y'all. And they talking about it. They're drawing some comparisons between Nipsey's death and Pac's death. And Yo-Yo is talking about, when Pac got killed, that, she got a phone call about him being shot. And she asked him, did he know who shot him? And I think she kept saying he was trying to say, yes, he knew who shot him. And, she that's just something that she plays over in her head. And then, Jason Lee starts talking about his brother when he got killed. He was talking about they were at a skating rink and two girls started fighting. And then one girl just pulled out a gun and started shooting. And then, somebody asked him, was he his brother's brother? God, I forgot what his brother's name was. And he said yes. So he went onto the floor, and there his brother was with a hole in his head. And, he just told his brother that he loved him. And his brother died. And then, he said he got heavy into alcohol. And, he's now working on his health and fitness. I'm not going to shade him too much on the fitness part, but if he's working on it, kudos to him. I don't see the results, but you could probably say the same for me. So then we see Yo-Yo. She was at Good Day LA. She's talking about Nipsey again, and she's just telling what did she say? Well, actually, she said something that I think all the young kids today need to hear, young, old, in between. When it comes down to it, put the guns down. I definitely 100% agree with that. The gun violence has to stop. Like, I was always taught that if you get into a fight with somebody, let it be that, just a fight, because you can walk away with cuts and bruises, scratches, bruises. Those heal, but a bullet, it does not heal. A bullet is life ending. So I was definitely here for her saying put the guns down. And then once again, we get the cast reflecting on him. We had this new guy, Mickey Monday, talking about him. We have Teeny Fizzle Pop talking about him. Boog, Spectacular. Who else was there? April, Clutch and Pearls. So we had the whole cast pretty much talking about him. And like I said, it just something about that just did not feel 100% genuine to me. I could be wrong, but to me, it just felt like it was overkill. It felt like they were using this for, I'm not gonna say clout, but it just felt like they was just using his death for the sake of the show, because it just did not come off genuine at all. It truly did not. Whereas on, Black Ink Crew Compton, the opening episode, KP talked about Nipsey Hussle. And he also said in the first episode he did not know Nipsey Hussle like that. And I respect that about KP. But with Love and Hip Hop, nobody even really mentioned Nipsey. But then all of a sudden, we get this whole thing about his death. But I'm going to move on to the bullshit of the episode. All right, so then we see April. So April is on a hike. She's on a hike with Zell, and she's on a hike with Paris. Paris is still talking about that movie she did last year. I'm like, that movie was a BET Her movie. It wasn't that good. Actually, that movie was horrible as fuck. Because I actually sat and watched that movie and I was like, wow, I wish I could get that whole hour back of my life because that movie was shit. Um, so April is telling them about, she went to K Michelle's listening party she went to K Michelle's listening party and she went to the listening party with Moniece. And they like, how did you go to the listening party with Moniece? And she was like, Moniece and I, we met up, April is playing like she this big and bad tough person. Like she's like, the way she was talking how she met up with Moniece, it was like I was gonna meet up with the bitch. Either she was gonna give me an apology or I was gonna beat her ass, like she said in the episode. But none of that came to fruition. Okay, excuse me, y'all. So then she's talking about how Moniece asked her to go on tour with her. And Zell and Paris are sitting there mocking Moniece. I'm like, Zell, I know you not want to talk about Moniece's music when that whack ass diss track that you and Alexis Sky came out with about Masika was super duper trash. But that's neither here nor there. So and April tells them that not Moniece, but K Michelle also agreed with that. And then she was talking about she also met up with Brittany B, who when she met her, she came out, she was just very condescending and she was very, what did she say? Sarcastic. I was like, huh, we must have been looking at two different things because Brittany B was not being sarcastic or condescending at all. That was you, my dear, because Brittany B told you, she had the power to sign people and you got offended. I don't know why she got offended, but for some odd reason, April got in her feelings and, that's when Brittany B clocked in like, oh, okay. And that's why she gave you the same energy that you was giving her. But for you to say she was coming off condescending, wow. Interesting. Really, really, really interesting. All right, so then we move over to this damn dysfunctional tour, the Millennium Tour. So, I find it so funny how they want to breeze over Raz B's issues in the group. Like, because they talk about Raz B quitting, and then they talk about they need to leave it behind behind the scenes. The man was upset because Chris Stokes was on the tour. Like, I'm just over. I get frustrated with them trying to make this man. We know he got issues, but damn, for y'all to sit here and play him off like y'all don't know what he's upset about is bullshit. Teeny Fizzle Pop and Boog are kind of pissing me off in that sense. So then we see them with Spectacular. They go do a radio interview with Jock. They talking about the tour. They talking about the issues with Raz B. And again, they are brushing over those issues. And then they talk about Nipsey Hussle in the interview. So now we gonna move back over to the tour. So funny with the tour. So on the tour, they show J Boog jumping on stage. They show Teeny Fizzle Pop jumping on stage. They don't show Raz B, and they sure the hell don't show Omarion. I'm like, Omarion said, I wish you would show my likeness on this goddamn show. So then in the tour bus, Teeny Fizzle Pop is talking about how April has opened up his doors to her doors to him. I'm like, that's not all she's opened up to you. She's opened up her legs to you too, huh? Probably. And I'm with J Boog, like, dude, I get that you and April might be having something going on, but right now, while we on tour making this money with the B2K shit, do not tell nobody about it. Let it be, let the sleeping dog lie. Don't touch it. Don't poke it. Don't prod it. Don't do nothing to it. Let that bitch be. So I was 100% on Boog's side. And then they talk about the Nipsey Hussle tribute. Again, this episode heavily centered around Nipsey almost. And it just felt, like I said again, disingenuous. But actually, since we're talking about everything. I'm just gonna include that Mickey Monday guy here. So we see Yo Yo. She's introducing him to Corrupt. He's a rapper. He has a distinct look. He kind of looks like Kenny G. You know, he gives you like the Kenny G vibe. He gives you the who else? The Kenny G vibe. I'm trying to think of some other people. Uh, I can't think of. Y'all can put him down if y'all think of, but definitely a Kenny G vibe. And you know, Apple says that she knows him. You know, they grew up in the hood together, or wherever they grew up. They grew up together. And you know, he's talking about his music. I forgot what he. I really wasn't paying 100% attention to him. This episode just did not catch my attention that much, and I don't think this video is gonna be that long. Um, so then you know, Apple, not Apple, but Corrupt and Mickey Monday leaving Apple and Yo Yo to talk. Yo Yo mentions the thing that Apple has with Summer Bunny, and you know, Apple's like, I just don't like the bitch because you know, bitches like her, you know, uses things for clout, which definitely 100%. And it's so sad that a lot of these girls sleep with these men thinking that you know they're gonna get a hit, they're gonna become the next big thing, and it's just sad. Like if you got, like Yo Yo said last week, if you got the talent, you don't have to use your body to get somewhere. It's your raw natural talent will speak over everything. But Yo Yo tells Apple, let it the fuck go, and I'm like, thank you. I get capping for your girl, but let that shit go, please and thank you. All right, and then lastly, you guys, the episode picked up where it ended off last week, which was Summer Bunny, you know, coming in contact with Little Lyrica and Apple Watts. So Summer Bunny, she's she's a conundrum, she's a contradiction, she's weird, she's odd, she's all the things in the book. So when Little Lyrica and Apple come into the party, you know, Summer Bunny, she all bold and shit. There is a fucking gnat in here. She's getting bold and shit, you know, talking about, you know, she's trying to come at Little Lyrica, Apple, and even Princess. And I'm like, whoa. So you want to come at them, but last week's episode, you were crying, and Yo Yo had to calm you down. And I'm so mad at Yo Yo for trying to calm this bitch down, like I really am. So then, you know, Apple and Princess go after her, and security escorts her ass out. And I find it so funny how smug Summer Bunny is. So I'm gonna kill you, you little bitch. So Yo Yo fosters a conversation between Little Lyrica and Summer Bunny. And again, Summer Bunny was very, very smug. But she does eventually admit that, you know, she slept with A1 and it was multiple clutching pearls multiple times. And, you know, Lil Lyrica leads somebody, you know what, I'm gonna go home and fuck my nigga. She said, why don't you say that over here? She said, what? That I'm gonna go home and fuck my nigga? I'm gonna go home and fuck my nigga. I'm like, why are you going back and forth with this girl? Like, seriously. You shouldn't be going back and forth with her at all. And like I said, she's weird. One minute she want to be big and bad and bold, but then the next minute she's crying, and Yo-Yo's having to console her ass. Like I just find that shit baffling. Like pick which one you want to be. Do you want to be the tough girl or do you want to be the crybaby? Which one you want to be? So then we finally see my nigga Pam is back. So you know she asked, "Did you sleep with Summer Bunny?" And you know he's like he don't want to. He like I ain't talking about that stupid shit. She said, "What you say?" And you know I was with her like it's so funny to see the progression, but I get it. You know that's her daughter-in-law. She might not care for big Lyrica, but and sometimes she might not care for little Lyrica, but wrong. But I'm glad that she's able to call wrong on wrong. Although we're gonna get into that in just a few minutes about those two. Then when they get to the house, she's like, get your ass out. I love my girl Pam. That is my nigga. What I do want to know, she looks a little. I wasn't really paying attention to her wig, but the makeup looked better. I don't know what this big ass thing was right here in her. I know what it is, but it looked a mess. So we finna close out the episode, you guys. So Clutch and Pearls, he is getting ready for his show, and then we see Little Lyrica and her homegirl Sia. They on their way down there to confront him. So they do go to the performance. He's performing. I'm like, this nigga just bouncing on stage. And I'm like, you need some bra on, cause that is jiggling up and down. And then the fact that this nigga got rainbow colored fingernails. I was okay with the black, but the rainbow colored, nigga, you doing the absolute most. Um, so then when the homegirl and Lil Lyrica confront him, he feels ganged up on time. I don't feel the love. You shouldn't feel the love. Your wife is there to ask you some stuff about what happened. So she asked him, "Did you sleep with Summer Bunny?" He said, "Did you sleep with Summer Bunny?" She said, "This is not funny," and I agree with her. It wasn't funny. Like, really, you gonna come back at me with that? Like, no, I ain't sleep with the bitch. You know I didn't, but did you? So then he was the homegirl Sia, she was chiming in on the conversation like, damn. So he called his homeboys in, and Little Lyric was like, no, I don't like you, and I sure the fuck don't like you. So she was talking to his bodyguard or security guard, which I don't know why he needs either one of those, why he needs that. And then she was talking to his cousin, and she's just telling them like, y'all facilitate the bullshit. So then eventually the friend Sia leaves and his crew leaves. So he does eventually admit to her that he did cheat on her. Then he talking about, but you cheated on me too. So two wrongs make a right. Have you never heard that saying that two wrongs do not make a right? Like, I think that, oh God, they are so stupid and irritating to me. Like, they trying to fix a broken home. You brought a baby into this bullshit. Stupid, stupid, stupid. But you guys, that was the video. Be sure to like that was the episode. Be sure to like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the season finale of Pose. See you later, guys.